Hey guys, welcome back to my backyard. So today is March 22nd, 2025. It is a couple days after the first day of spring, which means I want to do another full backyard garden tour. Everything is looking really nice right now. I got lots of fruit coming in for some nice harvests this summer. I got lots of mangoes, got lots of pineapples, got lots of sapodillas, even have some Mamey Sapotes coming in. Got lots of loquats right now. I've been picking a lot of those. And then even on some of these other trees that don't have fruit, they're still looking really good. Lots of new growth coming in. So things are looking really good. So let's get right to it and show you what's going on in my backyard. All right, so I'm going to start over here actually on the side of my house. This is my Jaboticaba. It was sold to me as a Grimal, but people online tell me it's actually a Sabara, so I'm really not sure. I got this from Everglades Farm in November 2020. So about 4.5 years ago. It's had quite a history. I put it in the ground as soon as I bought it in the backyard. Did not do well at all. I then dug it out, put it into a pot. For a couple years, it did much better in the pot. Then I decided I would put it back in the ground on the side of my backyard. Kind of struggled there again too. I think it was getting too much light. It's kind of like an understory tree. So I put it here on the side of my house where it doesn't get much light, and it seems to be doing a bit better. Still no flowers, no fruit. Takes a long time supposedly to make fruit, but it seems to be healthy. A lot of new leaves coming out. Looks good. One of these days it'll produce me some fruit, but until then we wait. Over around here are my pineapples. Check these guys out. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pineapples over here. These will ripen in around June, I think. These all came from 2 pineapple plants, 2 tops of pineapples that I planted about, I think, 6 years ago now. So this whole thing was from 1 pineapple plant. That whole thing was from another. Free pineapples. These are delicious if you let them ripen all the way on the plant. It's really fun to grow pineapples. Got another one over here. I'm gonna have lots of pineapples. Very maintenance-free fruit to grow. I don't do anything to them. Then over here on the other side, I got more pineapples. Nothing grown on that one. Got one coming out over there. And then behind here is my Loquat tree, which is just going crazy. This is an Oliver Loquat I got from Spikes Grove in May 2022. So just about 3 years ago. It's growing like crazy. It's gotten so big. And right now it's given me tons of fruit. I've been picking these fruit every day. They're delicious. Gotta pick some more right now. These are all ready to pick. That one was ready to pick a few days ago. Got lots of really good fruit. A lot of them are getting kind of infested with bugs. See right there, that one is, which is kind of annoying. That one has bugs in it. Kind of finding worms in some of them. I didn't spray them or put any kind of pesticide, but maybe next year I will. But a lot of them aren't, and they're really good. Delicious, delicious fruit. Really good tree. It's a really pretty tree. I like having it here in the front of my house. Yum. All right, now let's go back to the back. And here, the first tree is my Makok Sapodilla, which I just planted here last week. I moved it from the back where it was. This thing is growing so slow. I got this from So Exotic in February 2021, so over 4 years ago now, and it's growing super slow. Hasn't given me any fruit. It does have one fruit growing right there, but I don't know if that's going to ripen now that I moved it. Probably stunted it pretty bad. But it was getting all eaten up by the Sri Lankan weevils. It's growing super slow. It was in a pretty good spot in my yard where I now have something else there, which I'll show you in a sec, but I didn't really want to waste the space with this super slow growing tree. Plus my other Sapodilla tree is doing much better, which I'll show you also in a sec. So we'll see what happens here on the side of my house. Don't have as much space as I did in the other spot. So we'll see what happens here. Next here is my Honeykiss mango. I got this from Everglades Farm in January 2023, so just a little over 2 years ago. And it's doing pretty well. It's growing nicely. So only 2 years, and it's got some fruit on it. I got this one, which is looking nice. Got another one here, which might hold on, I'm not sure. And it's got a couple more over here. See if these hold on. But for a 2-year-old tree, even if I get 1 or 2, I'd be happy with that. This is supposed to be a late season tree, and it's supposed to be a heavy producer. So I'm looking forward to that. Over here is my Younghans Gold White Sapote. I got this from Lara Farms in just October 2024, so just about, what, 5 months ago now. It put out these new leaves recently. It actually put out a bunch of flowers also that all fell off. But looks like it's doing okay. I don't really like how the leaves are growing to the side there. But hopefully the next flush will kind of go out the other way. But so far so good. Little tiny tree. We'll see what happens there. Next here is my coconut cream mango tree. I got this from Truly Tropical in July 2023, so just a year and a half ago. It gave me one little fruit last year that I actually ate. That wasn't bad, but wasn't coconut cream quality. It does have a fruit there. I'm not sure if that one's going to stay on. We'll see, but I'm thinking it'll just give me one fruit again. This is supposed to be a not great producer in its first handful of years, which kind of seems to be the case. I mean, look at the difference of this tree, which has 1 fruit on it, and that tree, which has 3. Or no, that has 5 right now. My Honeykiss. So we'll have to wait probably another couple years for this to really start producing. Coconut cream is just an amazing, amazing fruit. The best fruit I've ever tasted, which is why I had to get this tree. But I'll be patient because I got lots of other mangoes, such as my big Alphonso. This is the oldest tree in my yard. I planted this in June 2018. So we're coming up on 7 years. Really beautiful tree. I gave this a big pruning at the end of last mango season. It gave 2 blooms, one earlier this winter, which seemed to be more male flowers because it didn't really fruit that much from that first one. But then the second bloom is doing actually really well. It made a lot of powdery mildew, but it seems to be producing mangoes right through it. All these branches are full of mangoes. I got 83 mangoes from this last year, and I'm probably going to get a similar amount this year. There are mangoes all over. And I could show you a couple from the first flush. See, these are all second flush. A bunch of these are going to fall off. But this panicle could probably only hold a couple of mature mangoes anyways. Now look at all of these mangoes. Just all over. They say Alphonso is not supposed to do well in South Florida, but for some reason, this one's not listening to that. See, these are from the first flush. You can see how much bigger they are. See those compared to the second flush. So I'll get a few mangoes from the first one before all the rest ripen. I think this one's also from the first one. But there's lots of mangoes up there. all over. So this is awesome. These are so good. Even all the way in there, there's a bunch. They're kind of small, but man, they pack a punch. They are so tasty. This tree is looking awesome. On to this little guy right next to it. I actually went to Truly Tropical this morning and bought this Rosigold Mango tree. This is where I took out the Makok Sapodilla, and I got this nice big spot. Ooh, the sprinklers are going on. Got this nice big spot between the Alphonso and my next Pickering Mango tree. And it was just too much space for that tiny Sapodilla tree, so I'm going to put this Rosigold Mango tree right there. My 5th mango tree. So I just got this today. Nice little tree, looks healthy. 3 gallon. I really wanted a Rosigold because I could really go for some mangoes right now. They ripen, well, the tag says May to June, but I've seen March to April sometimes. So it's a nice looking tree. Excited to get that in the ground. Gonna put it right there where it looks like some iguanas might have dug a hole. Damn iguanas. Behind there I actually put some, these are actually papaya seedlings that I threw down. See what happens. I don't know. Kind of just a little experiment. But then going here is my Pickering mango tree. And this thing is a beast. Look at all of these mangoes. I got this from Spikes Grove in February 2022, so exactly 3 years ago. And man, Pickering, they say to plant a Pickering if you want a lot of mangoes really quickly. And this one is doing just that. A lot of these, I mean, it just made so many little mangoes that it just can't hold on to. That's why all these little yellow ones are falling off. But it's still, I mean, it's going to hold on to a bunch. This one should hold on to those. Got so many mangoes on this. Look at all these. I got 5 fully mature fruit last year. I'm expecting a whole lot more this year. And it just has so many on them. Really nice looking tree. Look at all these mangoes. Hoping for, I don't know, 20 to 30 maybe? These are a lot of them falling off. It made so many. So yeah, that's awesome. Over here is my one of my newer trees. This is my Geffner Atemoya that I just got from Jack and the Beanstalk last September, so 6 months ago. I actually pruned it. It lost all of its leaves. I then pruned it. This is actually what I took off from it. And it's pushing out some nice new growth. Looking to get some nice Atemoyas. Not sure if it's going to flower this year. It might be too small. I'm not sure if that could hold on to fruit, but nice little tree. Looking healthy. Nice new growth coming out of it. Next here is my Pace, my Mamey Sapote. I got this from Everglades Farm in February 2021, so just over 4 years ago. It has not made any mature fruit. It's been flowering for years now, for about 3 years. And I think this might be its time. Look at all these fruit. All these flower buds. And then there are some fruit coming out on some of these other branches. Hopefully you could see those in the sunlight. Got some there too. But it's been a slow growing tree, but it's looking really nice. I am hoping to get some fruit soon. It has been getting eaten by these Sri Lankan weevils. There's one. See if I could crush it. Oh, they like to fall down before I could crush them. Oh, there's another one. See if I could crush that guy. Nope, they all like to fall. Sri Lankan weevils love to eat the leaves of all my trees. On to the next one. This is the Sugar Belle Mandarin. I got this from So Exotic in February 2024, so just about a year ago. This is the one that is supposedly somewhat resistant, or they say tolerant, to citrus greening disease. It's made a lot of new growth, and it is actually holding on to 2 fruit right now. There's one. There's another. So we'll see if they could hold on to those until they're ripe, and really looking forward to tasting these fruit. They say they're delicious fruit. It's actually a hybrid of a clementine and a honeybell, which are 2 delicious citruses. So looking forward to that. Then here is my amazing Silas wood Sapodilla tree. I got this from Everglades Farm in June 2021, so almost 4 years ago. And this thing is a beast, man. It just doesn't stop producing fruit. Look at all these little fruits on it. More flowers just constantly coming out. There's just a constant new flush of fruit. I mean, this one's pretty much ready to pick. Will it come off? It's not coming off so easily, but I know just from the size of it that that's pretty much ready. I'll leave that on for a little bit more since it's not coming off so easily. Lots of fruit all over. There's another one that should be ready soon. There's another bigger one. All sorts of different sizes, which is really cool because you'll just always have sapodillas to eat. Look at this branch. You got a big one, medium-sized one, small one, and then new flowers ready to come out. Crazy. So awesome. Great little tree. Highly recommend Silas wood Sapodilla. They're so good. It's like apple pie in a fruit. Great little tree. Moving over, this is my Kari Starfruit tree. I just got this from Lara Farms in January 2024, so a little over a year ago, and it's actually already produced 3 full-size fruit, which is amazing. This tiny little tree. It doesn't stop putting out new growth. It doesn't stop flowering. It doesn't have any fruit on it right now, but man, what a little beast of a tree. Starfruits aren't my favorite, but just the amount of fruit that this thing produces, I just decided to get it. Especially it produces them in the off season, which is like January is starfruit season here. So when you're not getting any other fresh fruit from the backyard, I'll eat my starfruit. So really liking that little tree. Going over here, this is my Soursop. I got this from Spikes Grove in May 2022, so almost 3 years ago. It's growing really well. Something keeps eating a lot of the new leaves that come out. I think it's the iguanas. But hopefully this next batch, as it gets bigger, maybe it'll grow through it. It did flower a bunch last year. It made 1 little fruit that it then dropped. Nothing bigger than that. It should start flowering soon in the next few weeks. I think I did see 1 flower coming out of it. Yeah, there it is. There's a flower. I think that's the only one I saw recently. But they flower in the early summer and then make fruit kind of in the late summer, early fall. So hopefully this could hold on to a full-size fruit. I think it's big enough. It's a pretty big tree. So that's looking good. I did have another Soursop little tree that just got totally defoliated by what I think is the iguanas. I had it in this netting here, but I returned it to Lowe's, and then I planted this little papaya tree. I used to grow papaya. The papaya tree I used to have died, so we'll see if this one makes it. Then here is my jackfruit tree. This is my golden nugget jackfruit. I got this from Everglades Farm in December 2020. So over 4 years ago now. I did recently cut off the top of it. I cut off like, I don't know, 4 or 5 feet from the top because it was just getting too tall. This tree is just growing like crazy, but still has not produced a flower yet. I keep saying, like, for the past 3 years, one of these days, sometime soon. Any flowers? Don't see any sign of flowers anywhere. And it's getting huge. I mean, how big is this trunk? I think it could hold on to fruit. One of these days. Just doesn't stop putting out new branches. This thing is huge. Over here is my coconut palm. This thing took a while to get going. It's still growing slow, but it's gotten pretty big now. I planted this from a fresh coconut that fell, and it's turned into this nice looking tree. Planted it in December 2019, so it's been over 5 years. That's what a 5-year-old coconut looks like. And then finally, my bananas. These were from a pup when my bananas used to be on the other side of my yard. Planted them here in October 2022. So these have been here for 2.5 years. Still have not gotten bananas from it. A couple of them fell down looking really bad. I did just fertilize them. I think they needed it. Not the healthiest looking banana trees, but I kind of got bananaed out, so I didn't really care much. So if I get some bananas every now and then, I'll be happy. And that's my yard. Everything's looking really nice. Really looking forward to mango season this year. Looking forward to a bunch of sapodillas, maybe even a Mamey Sapote. The pineapples should be ready soon. So yeah, looking really good. All right, thanks for watching. Stick with it, and see you next time.